Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to show you how to make acorn cake toppers. So I use my acorn to decorate this autumn themed cupcake. If you'd like to know how to make the pumpkin and the autumn leaf, then I have tutorials for these also, and I'll leave a link to them in the video's description. Okay then, let's begin. So my acorn's made from white modelling paste, which I coloured using Sugarflair colours. I've got autumn leaf and I've got dark brown, and I'll leave a link to all these in the description so you can take a closer look later. So I've got a small piece of the dark brown modelling paste, and it's about the size of a marble, and you can see here I'm forming it into a ball shape. So I'm just going to pop that onto a foam pad, and I've got my ball tool here. I've got the larger end, and I'm just going to press in the middle there. I'm not going to go down too far, as you can see, because I still want the thickness. So I'm just going to pop it back onto the ball tool. I'm going to use my fingers just to mould it around to get to the thickness that I want. So this is the shell of your acorns, all depends how thick you want it. And now what I'm doing is I'm just using my finger and thumb just to create a little point there on the top. Again, this is why you don't want to get too thin, so you've got room to do that. I'm just going to move the foam pad, you can see. It looks a bit like a Hershey's Kiss. So this is obviously the little stalk bit we're doing. So you just keep going until you get the thickness that you want. And then I'm just going to press down the top there just so it's not pointed. So now I'm going to create the texture on the shell, and to do this I'm using a Wilton 102 piping tip, and I'm just using the larger end just to press in and to create the little curves. I'm just going all the way around and then down towards the bottom. So as you're going round, you're just moving downwards until the whole shell has got these little kind of curvy grooves all around it. So if you do find this tutorial useful, please do give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss the next tutorial. Thank you. Okay, so I finished that, and I'm just going to pop that onto the foam pad. You can see what it looks like underneath there. And now I've got the same amount in the autumn leaf colour, which I've formed into a ball and then into a little tube shape, which I'm making a little bit thinner at one end, as you can see there. So now all I'm going to do is just going to pop that into my shell that I've made. If it's not going to fit, just make it a little bit thinner. And now I'm just making it a little bit narrower, and then again I'm just using my finger and thumb just to create a little bit of a point at the end there. So now I'm just using my Dresden tool just to mark some lines down my acorn for a little bit of texture. And once my acorn is dry, I'm going to add some shading. And firstly, I've got some Sugarflair brown, which you can see I've put on the top of the shell there. So all I do is pop it on a kitchen towel, take the excess off, and then I just gently dust it onto my acorn. I wanted it a lot darker at the stalk, and then it kind of gets a lot lighter as it goes down the shell. So you want to just put on little bits at a time because it's easy to put on and it's really hard to take off. So now I'm going to add some more shading with Fractal Colours Squirrel Brown on the other part of the acorn. And again, you can see I'm taking off the excess because I really don't want to put too much on. So I'm being very careful, and I'm just gently dusting it over the acorn. I'm not putting it on the very end because I want the end to be a lot lighter. And that is my acorn done. So I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Please do check out my other ones. Please comment, like and subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.